Getting the attention of an entire class can be a challenge no matter what age group you are teaching. Hello everyone, welcome to Rajasthani Sisters. My name is Jyotsna and in this video I am going to share 15 strategies that you can use to get attention from the students of your class throughout your period. But before starting this video, I request you, if you find this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. So let's classify the class management strategies under 3 sections. First, calming an entire class, addressing individual student and maintaining their attention. So let's first talk about calming the entire class. Idea number 1. Count backward from 5 so your class knows when to pay attention. Let the class know you are going to count down and that it needs to be quiet by the time you reach 0. Stand where everyone can see you and start counting down from 5. Hold up the same number of fingers while you are counting so students can see the countdown as well. Make sure all your students give you their full attention when you are finished. Use counting with elementary or middle school students. Speed up or slow down the countdown to adjust to your students. For example, you may count slower for younger kids and faster for older kids. Idea number 2. Use a call and response. So students need to listen to you. Come up with a phrase or signal that you can say when you want your students to listen to you. Give your students a phrase or signal that they should do when they listen to you. Repeat this call and response as many times as you need until all your students are paying attention. This works best for elementary school students. For example, you may say something like ready to listen and your students would respond ready to learn. Or you may say the sun is shining bright. Students say we are feeling all right. You can also clap once and tell your students to clap twice. Idea number 3. Use props like bell or whistle. Better for lower level or younger learners, props like these clearly mark beginnings, endings and other transitions within the class. Nowadays we have digital classroom. You can play fun or relaxing sounds at the start of the class to get everyone in a good mood so they are ready to learn. Play a sound cue to let the students know your class is starting. Pick a sound that will stand against out all your students if they are talking. Use a bell chime or whistle to help you get your students' attention. If your students still aren't focusing or quieting down, play the sound again to see if they settle down. Give your class a warning if you have to play the sound too many times. You may tell them if you ring the bell or you play the sound more than 3 times, then there will be some form of consequences. Idea number 4. Change the tone of your voice to signal the class is about to begin. Go to the front of the room to tell your class you are about to get started. Raise the volume of your voice and speak in a firm tone to get your students' attention. Try to talk over your students without shouting or yelling so they can hear you, no matter what age you are teaching. Idea number 5. Try standing in front of class quietly and waiting for them. Choose a designated spot near the front of the room and stand there when you want your class to pay attention. At the start of the class or whenever you are teaching a lesson, go to the spot and wait quietly. Look at the direction of the people who still aren't paying attention to you, so they understand that they are holding up the rest of the class. Show your students the spot where you will stand on the first day of the class so they know what to expect. This may work best with students who are in high school or college. Idea number 6. Recording them. When you are visiting a new class as a replacement teacher and finds the class very noisy, this trick will do its best. You can use a fake red light that implies recording video and tell them that you are recording the behavior for a project that will be shown to the parents at the end of the year. When students get to know that the behavior is being recorded, they will try to be more sincere and more disciplined. And your work will get easier. Now let's come to the part of addressing individual student. So here comes the idea number 1. Keep a theme for a month, especially if you are a class teacher. Then on any random day, you may ask the students to share something related to the theme of that month. They may present some facts, story or painting, poems, etc. The ones who put efforts and are ready with their content to be presented must be rewarded and appreciated by some way by the teacher. It may be a bookmark, pen, book, pencil, or even a chocolate will do. This will create a liking towards the teacher and they will listen to your lecture carefully. Rewarding one student will motivate the other students and build up respect for each other and they become more obedient and disciplined. Idea number 2. Teach kids not to interrupt the teacher. Teachers should encourage focus and try not to acknowledge the interruption. Acknowledge and promote the students who are focused in the class. If you notice a child always interrupting and shouting, then make the child sit right in front of you and give him key signals to stay attentive while others are not distracted with it. Idea number 3. Tap their desk to let them know it's time to focus. Move around the class and try to get close to every child so that children might not know when you can pop behind them and keep an eye on their behavior. Approach the student's desk while they are talking and tap the desk with your hand. When they see you next to them, they'll know that they need to be quiet so you can continue with the class. If they keep talking, say their name and ask them to be quiet. Don't touch the student directly when you want to get their attention, since it may not be appropriate to do so. Idea number 4. Talk directly to the student if they aren't paying attention. Stand in a place where the students can clearly see you. Say their name out loud in a firm tone of voice so they know it's time to focus. Look them in the eye so they settle down and pay attention to you in class. If they still don't notice you, say their name again slightly louder and ask them to please pay attention. Never ever shout at students if they aren't paying attention to you. Idea number 5. Students' class performance. Give a positive note and motivate students with your words. Those who perform well, give them star or smiley for doing good things. This will boost their confidence and promote good behavior in the students. Other students will also try to do good in order to get teachers' appreciation. Doing such small things can also make you their favorite teacher. Now coming to the ideas of maintaining their attention in the class. Idea number 1. Plan a quiz or activity after your lesson so students need to pay attention. Schedule an activity that's using information from the lesson you are teaching. Tell your students at the start of your lesson that there is an activity or quiz at the end of the class, so they should pay attention to do well. Give the instructions for the activity at the end of your lesson so your class can complete it. For example, if you are teaching a new math concept or formula, you may hand out a worksheet or create sample problems for the class to solve at the board. Idea number 2. Ask discussion questions while you are teaching your lesson. Throughout your lesson, ask open-ended questions about the subject you are teaching. If no one answers your questions, call on a student to get their thoughts on the subject. Invite your students to ask questions and talk as a group about the answers. This can help students learn communication and listening skills. For example, if you are teaching a history lesson, you may ask your class how what they are learning about relates to current events. Reward class participation with a small treat or points to make learning more into a game. Idea number 3. Change the tone of your voice while presenting to make it sound interesting. As you go through your lesson, adjust the speed and pitch of your voice so what you are teaching sounds engaging to your students. Sound excited about the topic you are teaching, since it can help motivate students to pay attention and learn more. Try changing the volume of your voice as well, since students will have to be quiet and focus more if you speak quietly. Add some humor into your lesson to make your students laugh and make them more engaged in what you are teaching. Idea number 4. Teach at appropriate level of difficulty. Materials too hard or too difficult can result in student inattention. Check for understanding or boredom at the beginning. Then tailor the material according to the class. Make your instructions clear and very simple. And give them cues so that they don't just start doing but listen and then take action. Use repetitions. Don't say once and expect everybody has listened and understood. Do a conversation in between to check whether children can understand and follow what you are saying. Once you have your classroom attention, then keep your lesson engaging and exciting so that they stay focused. So coming to the end of the video, I would like to give you a tip that you should tell your students the rules of your class on the first day so that they know what to expect from the rest of the school days. And avoid yelling and shouting and getting angry with your students if they don't pay attention. So friends, I hope you like the ideas and you would definitely try them in your classroom to grab the attention of your students. If you like the video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.